Well now, my friends, I am extremely excited to welcome back a very, very dear friend of mine on the show. He's been a star of everything from Brothers and Sisters to Two Broke Girls and Sex and the City, you name it. And now he's back on our screens tomorrow night on my favourite show on TV, Devious Maids. Gilles Marini, how are you doing, my friend?
Alan, my brother, how you feel?
I am really good and all the better for having you back on the show. How's life?
Yeah, everything's good. You know, actually, I just finished about a week and a half ago the season of Devious Maids. It went really well. We shoot in Atlanta, so I was a little bit away from the family, but just a lot more time for me to concentrate on the character and the storyline, and it was really amazing time to shoot in Atlanta.
Well, Gilles, it's so good to have you back on the show. How's all in LA? Because it's been raining here non-stop in Ireland for about the past 3 weeks. That's our summer. It has not stopped raining.
In California, it never rains, and I think last Saturday it did rain. And trust me, it was great luck. No one can drive under the rain here. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's rain.
Oh my God, one day afraid. I absolutely love it.
It never rains. I mean, we have the biggest drought in the last, 50-something years. So when it rains, for us, it's like a magical unicorn moment.
So, Gilles, Devious Maids Season 3 starts here tomorrow night, 10 o'clock on TLC. Now, you're a massive part of it, but this must have been one fun show to film.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, it was a lot of fun on and off camera, I gotta say. The cast and the crew is just very laid back, and everybody's so appreciative of we have a job. And obviously, because it's sometimes people can campy and soapy and fun and light. What we try to do when people watch is to make them feel like they get away from their everyday life.
Yeah.
By watching the show and the mystery, the murder, the love, the passion, the sex, everything else is going to be thrown out to the show this year. It's going to be very intense, and I swear I never played someone like that ever in my life. So hang tight, put a seatbelt on, because this is going to be the craziest part I ever played.
And as you said, Gilles, as well, you had to move to Atlanta to film the show, but it seems you've really fallen in love with the city of Atlanta.
Yes, no, I really did love. You know what I loved the most was the culturally speaking, the people there are extremely polite, very kind. Always hello, thank you, goodbye, smiling. I was in shock and in awe of how the people from the south of the U.S. are extremely nice. It was very refreshing. I got back to L.A. Don't get me wrong, I love California. It's probably the best place to live just because of the weather.
Yeah.
But the kindness and the way the people are in the south is absolutely untouchable. I miss that dearly for sure.
Now, you play Sebastian on Devious Maids. We saw him and Carmen get a little bit naughty on the Season 2 finale. Then it turned out he has a wife. Tell us about your character. Yeah. I'd say he's a bit wild, is he?
He's a bit wild, and let me tell you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think my character has no idea what and how, really culturally speaking, he should act with people. He just sees things for himself, and he goes and grabs it, and that's going to take him to very big kind of a turmoil and a problematic life for him. So you'll see, I can't say more than that, but I am so proud of what we have done, especially in the last couple episodes of the season. It's going to be a show that people are going to talk about it for a long time.
Oh, I absolutely can't wait to see it. And Gilles, is it way more fun being bad on TV?
I have to say yes. It is true. The longevity of playing a bad guy sometimes doesn't last long, but that being said, it's so rewarding as an actor. You know, you want to play the bad guy in a James Bond movie. You want to play the bad guy in movies like it's for sure. And then on TV, it's kind of always cool to introduce a character that has some kind of bad intention. And for him, it's absolutely normal. He does not understand why people should not act the way he does. So this is quite a bit funny also.
And Gilles, the cast is just incredible on the show, and you've been a part of so many amazing casts over the years. You've literally worked with some of the most talented ladies on TV. There was Sally Field in Brothers and Sisters, Kim Cattrall, Sex and the City, and even total legend Susan Lucci is on Devious Maids. Did you get to film a scene with Susan Lucci?
Let me tell you, the storyline does not coincide with Susan and I. I see Susan on set every other day. She's so down to earth. Susan Lucci, just in one word, is wow.
Yeah.
She's wow.
That's what you kind of think she's going to be, isn't it?
It's really amazing to be surrounded by people that have done so much in their career and you look up to, and they look at you and they're like, oh, you're so extraordinary, you're so good. And you look around and say, it must be a joke. This legend is telling me that. I mean, I'm taking it. This is really amazing. Definitely one of the nicest person I've met, for sure.
And now, Gilles, Devious Maids is kind of like Desperate Housewives, but with 10 times the drama, if that's even possible. How has it been working with creator Mark Cherry? He's a bit of a genius, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, Mark is one of those guys that, you know, you just have to look at him once, and you talk to him for 2 minutes, and you're like, okay, there's so much going on in his mind, and he sees things the way we don't, because he sees things that people will like later on. He has a special niche, and he knows what people want to watch. That's why he's so successful. You know, I really enjoyed it that, you know, Mark gave me the opportunity to be in this season of Devious Maids, and it was an opportunity for me to work with that kind of man, you know, that kind of caliber. Everything Mark touches is pretty much bingo. So, yeah, a brilliant mind, for sure.
Absolutely. And as you said, you've just finished wrapping filming for season 3, so it's the summer now. Are you going to like having a little bit of chill out time?
Yeah, you know what? We're going to my cabin, I think, Thursday with the kids. I got a couple ATVs for my daughter's birthday. We're just going to go and be in the wild, and because it's kind of a private little mountain, really there's no soul except us, so we can really bond and do things together. So I'm very impatient to finally, you know, start the car from LA and go into the cabin for a week or so and just completely relaxed. And after that, I'm going back to the grinding, and there's going to be probably a new project coming up. And I had some meetings where I was talking about probably going overseas to shoot a TV show. If that flourish, that would be an extraordinary job that I can finally actually start a show attached to it, you know, from the get-go. So I'm very excited about that. And obviously there's, you know, movies and even on the non-scripted side, there's quite a bit of things that I want to do and accomplish. So it's going to be a pretty busy next 6 months for sure.
Sounds amazing, Gilles. I understand as well that you and your buddy Donal Logue have even written your own show.
Yes, we did. Yes, it's called The Harvest, and we wrote that a little while ago. The problem we have is we're always so busy with work that we can't find the time to do it. But as we speak, he just texted me. That's funny you say that, and talked about him. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, he's gonna. I'm gonna go to New York City, spend 5-6 days with him because I do a little show over there, and we're gonna just sit down and talk about everything else. But one of my goals is to work with Donald and having a worldwide phenomenon show, like I would say, something like Games of Thrones or The Strain or big shows that people love to watch. I can't wait to have this with Donald because he's the one that really put me in this business and always was my mentor. Working with him will be, climax. Could be icing on a cake, you know.
Speaking of Games of Thrones and all those shows as well, I was just going to ask you, if you could turn up on one episode of a show, what would it be? Maybe a zombie on The Walking Dead or something?
If I'm a zombie on The Walking Dead, I'm going to have to really learn my craft because those guys are pretty hardcore.
I know.
In Atlanta, so it's like 102 degrees, full-on humidity, so it takes a lot of guts. If anything, I'd love to play. I'd love to play in a show where it would be like even Gotham. You know, think about Gotham.
Such a good show, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to do I'd love to be the bad guy for 5-6 episode arc. The way I don't have to completely attach myself to something, but yet being able to explore another character and having people say, "Whoa, was that Gilles Marini?" Because that was crazy awesome. I want to do something like that now. So I have a little bit of a momentum and wind behind my back. So I will hope that this is going to hit, and I'm going to be able to play something very different. I put that in my mind. It should happen, you know.
Okay, amazing. And Gilles, as well, at this stage, you must have done thousands and thousands of interviews over the years. What's the craziest thing you've ever been asked in an interview? What's the strangest question you ever got asked?
Not much anything crazy. You know, the kind of the usual things about, you know, how did he feel to be like, you know, pretty much butt naked when I was doing Sex and the City.
You probably got asked that one a lot, did you?
Yeah, and he was pretty crazy, and he was pretty difficult because, you know, a man, we're a lot more shy than I would say women, and also we a lot more, you know, we somehow look at ourselves and we see a lot of defect. More women are like, they know what they have, and when they're comfortable in their skins, they show it, and it's a little bit easier, I think, for them. But it was very tough for me to, because I'm a very shy person by trade, to just do that, you know. Maybe the craziest thing that I was ever asked without doing an interview is when you came to my house and asked me to dance.
By the way, I have to tell all listeners, Gilles is an amazing Irish dancer. Do you know what? I'm going to share the video again on my Facebook page, Gilles.
That's so
for everyone
funny.
to see.
It was so hard. Those kids are gliding into the stage, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm 600 pounds. That was pretty amazing. It's really beautiful what you do, the Irish dance. And Irish people, Mike Greyer is doing really well in the UFC, and I'm sure the Irish out there are feeling like extraordinary, because this is a mixed martial artist, and he's taking the stage of MMA by storm in less than 2 years.
Oh, he's the man, isn't he? Isn't he amazing?
Yeah, he's the man. He's the man. Let's see what happens when he fights Aldo, and he really impressed. He really impressed the last couple of years, and they know that. It's amazing. We all know the fighting Irish spirit, but I think the epiphany of it is Conor McGregor. He's showing us that a very small country can take the world by storm when you really want things. And I feel like if he keeps his head straight and he keeps talking with a lot of smartness and he polishing even more his fighting games, this guy's going to become a legend.
Oh yeah, fingers crossed. We're so proud of him here in Ireland, Gilles. And before I let you go, how are all the family? The kids are getting so grown up.
I know my son is literally in France with his girlfriend, spending the summer over there in the south, and my daughter is doing a horseback riding camp for the week. So kind of quiet because I'm alone in the house. This is something that I'm not used to. There's always a lot of people in the house, but yeah, they're loving it. My son is now a young adult, and I think I did really well with him, and with my daughter, I'm going to have to polish a couple of stuff, because she is definitely a little bit of a queen, drama queen. You know her really well. You know exactly what she is. So yeah, easy with my son. It's very challenging with Juliana, but I love the challenge, so it's going to be fine.
And speaking of your house just there as well, for people that don't know, we all call it Marini Land because it's like Disneyland, only better. But Gilles, you've got such an amazing group of friends, and friendship is so important to you.
Is friendship and family is crucial. In life, you want to be able to love and share what you have with others, especially the one you love, and then it's like the wheel turns around. All my friends, and you included, and makes me always smile, makes me feel like alive and happy. And this is what family is all about. The best thing you can ever do in life is teaching others the kindness and compassion, and also having a great time. I'm trying to put everything together and having a beautiful life, because you never know when you go. So for me, it's every day. I always say, people say, oh, you only live once. And I always say, that's really not true. You live every day. You only die once.
That's so true.
I try to live by that code.
Well, Gilles, it was so great having you on the show, and so great having you as a friend. Devious Maids back on our TV screens on TLC, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. I cannot wait to watch it. Gilles, we'll talk to you and see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Love you, man. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it. I can't wait to go to Ireland. I have to go.
You have to get here, Gilles. You have to. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Right. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
The music
you know and love,
and the music in your head right now
on your Galway Bay FM.